Hi, Spots and Cheap Pops. You're on the air.
Hi, Spots and Cheap Pops. Vladi Dottie back live with you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's doing well. We're going to be talking about AEW right now and just kind of some of the goings on. Of course, they just went up against NXT. NXT beating them in their ratings. I think they did about 650 and AEW did about 550. That's a bad number for AEW. It's a real bad number.
I'm trying to make sense of the like who switched where, and it seems like maybe some of the AEW crowd went to check out NXT. You know,
it wasn't significant. It's not like AEW was doing 900,000 and then NXT came in, but neither one did 700,000. It wasn't like NXT blew the doors off. They beat him, but they had RVD. They had this big gimmicky match.
Wrestling is a niche audience. There's not all that many to begin with.
No, I'm with you. But again, I don't look. I told you about the rating thing. Is they get a new media deal is all I cared about. Other than that, I don't care about ratings. I care about crowd sizes because the show's better when it's a full house. So, yeah, I mean, it's not a, I saw people online saying this is the beginning and the end of AEW. That's what we've been hearing for 5 years from these people.
Oh, no, I don't take it that way. But again, I started watching the NXT show a little bit at ECW Arena. You know what? They made it seem like Full Sail University. But right off the bat, it was nostalgia, as you mentioned. Dawn Marie came out as a special referee. I also know, Bubba Ray was there. I know RVD was there.
Francine, she's still hot.
Yeah, Francine showed up. So, the only thing I wish that Paulie would have made an appearance, because I think that would have been just really great, but you can't bring him back because he's not back for the Bloodline thing yet.
Yeah.
So that's what sort of sucks. But I've been saying for a while, like, AEW should be going to New York and doing the Hammerstein Ballroom. Like, that's an ECW place. That feels like Thunderdome. Like, you would get a great energy in there, which would make for great TV. And it's similar to something like NXT did. They can kind of learn from this.
Be somewhat Thunderdome. When you say Thunderdome, you mean make Mad Max or the Thunderdome?
Yeah, like Mad Max, not like the Vince Thunderdome during COVID. But I'm just saying, like, it has this like nostalgia and just like this gritty New York feel to it, and it makes for really good TV. So if they were able to go and do that, even maybe twice a year, where it's sort of an event to be there, where people in New York, New Jersey, tri-state area all flock to that, and the place is going to be sold out. Great energy in it, but it's with your AEW crowd and talent. And if done well, you could probably pull off a better show than NXT did, if done well. So, I appreciate what NXT did. I think it's a great experience for those on the roster that had that moment there. It's being used properly, and they're putting on an entertaining show from what I read online. So it's not a bad thing that they're doing, in my opinion.
No, but it's at the same time. My point is that AEW lost to the developmental show. I mean, they're pulling out all the stops and they're trying to make NXT as popular as possible. But NXT has not been lighting the world on fire with their ratings whatsoever. It's this myth. They were doing more toward their tail end in USA than they had been doing on the C-Dub. They're not pulling in 700,000 consistently on the C-Dub. So they're both, neck and neck. But, yeah. But the thing was that NXT did go on a Wednesday and take them down. Yeah. It wasn't, AEW had their normal slot. So usually that's a thing. Sometimes they have to go up against. I mean, this isn't the first time NXT beat their asses a couple of weeks ago when AEW was on Tuesday night. And AEW tried to have a big match. I think they had, what was it, Danielson and Yuta against, members of the Death Riders. I think it was Moxley and Claudio, or might have been Pac and Claudio. And they had like a championship match. I mean, AEW, look, it's not a hot product right now. It's just that simple. And your idea would make it seem like it is a hot product. AEW fans aren't coming out. And honestly, when they're there, they're not very loud.
No, they look bored. at times.
It's like they're all like clapping, and they there are things that are good, but it's like it's hard to get momentum going when you're playing to half a building, and sometimes less than that. When you're only getting 2,000 or 3,000 people in your building, it's hard to feel the momentum build, because as a fan on TV, you feel that it's empty. You can hear like a pin drop sometimes. Like it's quiet, like a library when someone's cutting a bad promo.
Yeah.
Like you can hear a pin drop other than them talking. And that's not the vibe you want when you're trying to get people to think, okay, this is a good product, let's check it out. And I think AEW is doing a lot better than they were doing last year. I really do. I think 2024 has been much better than 2022 or 2023 for that matter. We are High Spots and Cheap Pops. Silicon, Steve Valley, and Vadi Dottie give you the best pro wrestling talk on the internet today. We catch the things the other guys don't. And we also get a little silly sometimes. Pro wrestling commentary, clips, and comedy as we try to grow a fantastic community in positivity. We're anti-dirt sheet, anti-tribalists, and we are here for the enjoyment of the most unique form of entertainment on the planet. So check out High Spots and Cheap Pops. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube and follow us where you catch your favorite podcasts. We're on Spotify and now on Apple Radio, Amazon Music, and everywhere you catch your favorite music and podcast. High Spots and Cheap Pops, the best pro wrestling talk on the internet today. Here endeth the lesson.